You hear that rhythmic tapping echoing through your backyard, and immediately your mind jumps to the most logical conclusion. You assume they are just hungry, meticulously chipping away at the bark of your oak tree, desperately searching for hidden insects. Or perhaps you think they are simply carving out a hollow space for a future nest. But what if I told you that you are fundamentally misinterpreting this moment? You are not just witnessing a bird looking for a meal. You are stepping into an ancient, vibrational negotiation, and they have already set the rules. To truly understand the woodpecker, we must first unlearn everything we thought we knew about their most famous behavior. The drumming is not a dinner bell. It is a highly sophisticated, acoustic broadcast. It is a language of frequency, rhythm, and intention, designed to map out the unseen energy of your environment. Notice what happens immediately after the drum roll. They freeze. They tilt their heads. They are not looking for a worm. They are listening to the echo. They are analyzing how the sound waves bounce off the architecture of your house, the density of your trees, and the very boundaries of your personal sanctuary. When a woodpecker chooses a piece of metal, they are not confused, and they are not trying to eat your house. They have deliberately selected the most acoustically resonant surface available to amplify their voice. They are testing the structural integrity of the territory. But more importantly, they are issuing a secret test. And whether you realize it or not, you are actively participating in this profound ecological assessment. Woodpeckers are exceptionally sensitive to environmental chaos. Their brains process sensory input at a staggering rate, making them highly aware of subtle threats. They do not broadcast their presence in spaces filled with frantic. They require a baseline of profound stillness to communicate effectively. Therefore, when a woodpecker decides to establish its acoustic territory directly within your line of sight, it is delivering a profound piece of information about you. They have evaluated the vibrational frequency of your home, and they have deemed it a sanctuary. The rhythmic drumming you hear is not an intrusion into your peace. It is an announcement. It is a biological validation of the safe haven you have unknowingly cultivated. They are drumming to the quiet heartbeat of your space. Tomorrow morning, when you take your coffee to the window, and you hear that first rhythmic strike echo through the morning air, remember this unspoken connection. If you want to continue deciphering these secret languages of nature and transform your yard into a mindful sanctuary, join our quiet community by subscribing below. The relationship between human and nature is often defined by distance, but the woodpecker bridges that gap with sound. Every strike against the wood is a calculated transmission, the pulse of data. A pulse of data sent out into the world, asking a single question of the landscape. Is it safe here? When the sound returns to them, bouncing off the leaves, the soil, and the glass of your windows, it carries the acoustic signature of your lifestyle. If your yard was a place of constant anxiety, of sudden, unpredictable movements and jarring mechanical noises, the echo would shatter their concentration. They would move on, seeking a more stable acoustic environment to broadcast their dominance or their availability. The fact that they stay, the fact that they return to the exact same branch morning after morning to perform this ritual, is evidence of a decision they have already made regarding the atmosphere you provide. Consider the sheer physical demands of this behavior. A woodpecker's skull is a marvel of evolutionary engineering, designed to absorb shock that would instantly incapacitate any other creature. They wrap their long, muscular tongue around the back of their brain, creating a biological cushion. They close their thick inner eyelids milliseconds before impact, to prevent their eyes from being damaged by the sheer force. This is not a casual activity. This requires immense caloric expenditure and ultimate vulnerability. When they are drumming, their attention is divided. They cannot fully watch the sky for predators. They cannot constantly scan the brush below. By engaging in this intensive behavior in your presence, they are extending a profound level of trust. They are operating under the assumption that the perimeter is secure, an assumption based entirely on the quiet, observational energy you project when you watch them. This is the essence of slow living, mirroring back to you by the wild. We spend so much of our lives caught in the hustle, rushing from one artificial emergency to the next, entirely disconnected from the primal rhythms of the earth. The woodpecker demands a disruption to that cycle. Their drumming is an auditory anchor, pulling you away from the glowing screens and the endless to-do lists, grounding you in the immediate, physical reality of the present moment. They force you to stop, to listen, to look up. In doing so, they grant you a momentary escape from the modern world, inviting you to participate in a timeline governed not by clocks, but by seasons, sunlight, and survival. It is a form of natural mindfulness therapy, delivered right to your window. Think about the specific location they choose. It is rarely random. They look for dry, dead wood, known scientifically as a snag. These decaying structures are essential to the ecosystem, yet our instinct is often to tear them down to make our yards look neat and orderly. If you have allowed a dead branch to remain, you have inadvertently provided a stage for this ancient performance. You have chosen nature over artificial perfection, and the woodpeckers recognize this architectural accommodation. They utilize what you have preserved. This is a collaborative relationship, an unspoken contract between the homeowner and nature, who allows the wild to encroach just a little bit, and the bird that breathes life into that untamed space. As you watch them move, observe the micro-expressions, the way they shift their weight from foot to foot, the stiff, sturdy tail feathers acting as a third leg, bracing against the bark, the sharp, jerky movements of the head, as they process the visual data of the yard. Every action is purposeful. There is a deep, abiding intelligence behind those bright, dark eyes. They are not mindless automatons driven solely by instinct. They are subjective beings, navigating a complex social and environmental landscape. When they pause their drumming to look at you, there is an acknowledgement taking place. You are recognized not as a predator, but as a neutral, perhaps even benevolent, fixture in their territory. The next time you feel the urge to shoo them away, fearing for the siding of your house or the health of your trees, pause, take a breath, reframe the narrative. They are not pests, they are the ultimate acoustic architects, and they have chosen your property as their studio. They are testing the resonance of your life. Embrace the sound. Let it be a reminder that you have successfully created a space where wild things feel comfortable expressing their most vital behaviors. You are a steward of this microhabitat, a quiet guardian of the backyard ecosystem. The drumming is their applause. Tomorrow morning, when you take your coffee to the window and you hear that first rhythmic strike echo through the morning air, remember this unspoken connection. Look closely at the way the early light catches their feathers. Listen to the precise cadence of the strikes and allow yourself to feel the profound honor of being chosen as their audience. If you want to continue deciphering these secret languages of nature, understanding the psychological depth of the creatures that share our homes, and transform your yard into a mindful, deeply connected sanctuary. Join our quiet community by subscribing below. Together, we will continue to pull back the curtain on the natural world. Observe slowly.